Hello all, today we're looking at Undaunted North Africa. This is the latest from David Thompson and Trevor Benjamin, which is the sequel to Undaunted Normandy, which really got some buzz last year in the wargaming world, but in the general gaming world as well, because it's a pretty novel approach to war games. Let's take a look at the back of the box here. Undaunted North Africa is a campaign-driven deck-building game of tactical World War II combat. Use your cards to seize initiative, bolster your forces, or control your troops on the battlefield. But be warned, every casual on the field removes a card from your deck, limiting your options and leaving you at the mercy of your opponent. This standalone sequel to Undaunted Normandy induces vehicles, new forces, actions, and objectives. Deeper asymmetry and 11 new scenarios. So let's take a look at this inside here. And as Osprey Games does a really good job on these as far as the art and the quality. Good size box there. Looks like there's an ad for Undaunted Normandy. So you get a rule book with this. Rule books are full color, well organized. Lays out how to play the game. If you're familiar with Undaunted Normandy, this would be a piece of cake. You just need to pick up some of the new features, which are vehicles, and then there are some elements that are put on the board that have like the objective victory to points to it. Normally in the other game, you just had the terrain tiles, but now you have stuff that goes on the terrain tiles that you can interact with during the game. So pretty good explanation of the rules with examples. You're looking at 21 pages with some historical notes there in the back. You have your scenario book, and again, as it said on the back, there's 11 scenarios, and they're kind of organized in a way to progress in your learning of the game. You have what cards are available, one that start out in your deck, and then the ones that are going to be available during the game. The ones that are highlighted in black or start out in your deck. The ones that are hollowed out or not filled in are what are available in the game. You have the layout of the scenario or the setup. And as I said, there's 11 in here. And I think they get progressively more complex and add more of the elements and the vehicles to the game. Here you see there's some tanks and a car or vehicle in there, truck. Then you have some scenario tables. I guess you keep track of how you do in your scenarios. Then you get your components. These are the counters for the long range control, the British, their control markers, and on the back is their scouted side of it. These represent the stuff that's going to be on the board. Then you have your Italians. Again, with their control markers, you'll have scouted on the back, and then you'll have the units that actually move around on the board. These are the damage tokens that really goes towards the vehicle, because the vehicle can take a certain amount of damage before it becomes either disabled or destroyed. And then they have some victory point on the back there. You get some 4 dice, 10-sided. Is used for the combat. You have your cards, or your terrain, I should say. Terrain tiles. Very nicely done. Double-sided. You have your defense value on there. And then something that they've added for hills is you have your defense value if you're attacking from anywhere but a hill, and then if you're attacking from another elevated location, you get the lower defense value because you're on an equal footing. There's also indication that vehicles cannot go in this terrain. Get several of these. There's an airstrip. Pretty nice. And again, double-sided. These are relatively easy to get out. There's a little bit of complaints about the storage of Undaunted Normandy that you can't get these little tabs here to go down and get the stuff. It doesn't go all the way down. You can usually get those out. The cards are a little bit different. These cards are easy to get out. These are the vehicles. As you can see, tanks, trucks, and then the different elements or the different units can go in here, each of these spots, and then they can do what's in that spot, like drive or navigate. Drive moves, navigate lets you scout, suppresses, similar to suppress in the other game. Anti-tank is for your armored vehicles that have a special defense rating. Then you have your British. Sorry, you have your Italian. Messed that up there. And this is what I was saying is these are a little bit hard to get out since they're still, because this doesn't go all the way down here. This part right here doesn't go all the way down. It's a little bit hard to get out, but then you have your British Long Range Patrol. And again, plays very, very similar to Undaunted Normandy with the addition of the vehicles and some new elements. There's also a plane. The Italians have a plane. So that is the what you get in the box. Again, if you've got Undaunted Normandy, this is a no-brainer. It's just more goodness. If you haven't tried Undaunted Normandy, this is a fine place to start as well. It's a little bit more complex, but not overly complex. So hopefully this is helpful. Thanks.